Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from sunny but cool Sydney. My name is Mike Zimmerman, and I'm a partner at Main Sequence Ventures. And I want to show you how we can grow exponential industries here in Australia. Our challenge is, can we ride the coming technology waves, or will we be wiped out? Perhaps not surprisingly, at Main Sequence, we see a great opportunity to leverage our strengths here in Australia to grow world-leading exponential ventures to solve some of our biggest challenges. I want to explain why we believe this and show you some amazing examples of exponential ventures from our portfolio. If we look across Australia, we have a great track record and reputation for strength in heavy industries such as mining, construction, infrastructure, and agriculture. And you'll see some of the names that we all know here on the slide. Our resource sector has been a major driver of the economy for 30 years. We build, buy, and operate large infrastructure and other assets around the world. And our meat and produce is known for being of highest quality and is sought after by the world. Importantly, these are also industries that have been deemed essential even in these challenging times, so they continue to operate while others have stalled. Now, perhaps less well known is the strength of our research institutions in emerging data-driven technology fields such as AI, remote sensing, field robotics, blockchain, and IoT. There are literally thousands of highly skilled engineers and other professionals, many who have relocated from overseas to join one of these or other world-leading research centers in their pursuits. And this is where the opportunity lies, for us to combine the two strengths to create new solutions that the world needs, especially today. Let me take a few minutes to give you examples of some exponential ventures out of our portfolio. They're already working with industrial leaders and are commercializing world-class research IP to have impact here and around the world. First up is Emerson, a world leader in autonomous drones and data collection. They provide what I call exponential analytics. I also like to say that they're sci-fi with an ROI. In this case, I hope a video will say it all. Now, as you can see here, this is a video of them in a dark and dusty and dirty place, an actual mine in Sweden, the LKAB mine. In this case, there was an earthquake in the region, and about a third of the mine was shut down. The mining company needed to assess very quickly the damage, but it was obviously dangerous and difficult to explore by sending people into the mine. So enter Emerson. The unique autonomous drone technology allowed the mining company to explore the entire operation to determine which areas were safe for re-entry and which needed repairs. You can see the amazing detailed 3D maps that the system created, and also how the system navigated autonomously to avoid objects, fly through dust with no light, and basically give a detailed picture of the entire place. And as cool as this is, it's only one of thousands of flights that the Emerson system has completed in mines around the world. Emerson has sold systems in over 20 countries and is working with the world's leading mining companies, as well as inspecting power plants, bridges, dams, and even forests. And where was Emerson created? Right here in Australia at CSIRO's Data 61, working in close collaboration with several of Australia's leading mining companies. As you can see, Australia's solution, Emerson's solution, provides unique value, and it has a global market. They're a team of 40 here in Brisbane. They'll double headcount in the next 12 months while they continue to innovate, and will soon launch a vehicle-mounted option. So after our exponential analytics, next up is exponential supply chain with our new company, LumaChain. LumaChain's a young company building the world's first end-to-end traceability and provenance system for fresh food, starting with our highly sought-after beef industry. And here on this slide, you can see how they're leveraging artificial intelligence, computer vision, and blockchain for everything from facial recognition for cattle to computer vision to track individual pieces of beef as it's processed, down to an app that can be used by retailers and consumers to verify the origin of the steak that they're buying off the shelf in the supermarket. They build a thin layer of software across the entire supply chain and make the whole system visible to all participants, securing it with blockchain. And in these times, their AI technology is also being extended to ensure social distancing for workers in processing plants. This company is built right here in Sydney with amazing founders trained at Qantas and IBM and leveraging CSRO and ANU technology. They're also working closely with industry leaders such as JBS, the MLA, and a major retailer who will be announced shortly. Now, finally, after exponential supply chains, let's look at exponential vision with one of our newest companies, Prescient. Prescient was incubated and spun out from a global construction company, Lang O'Rourke, which is a $6 billion firm with operations in the UK, Australia, and the Middle East. Prescient builds AI-powered safety systems to reduce collisions and accidents on work sites. The product, which you can see here, is called Toolbox Spotter, and it can recognize objects and people in dangerous situations and notify operators before incidents occur. Toolbox Spotter has been trained on over 100,000 hours of worksite images and is already being used by leading construction, mining, and rail companies across Australia. Again, built right here in the Sydney R&D labs of Lang O'Rourke by robotics and AI experts, including scientists from UTS. So we think these companies are well on their way to being exponential ventures. What can we learn from them to create even more for Australia? They all have some common attributes. First, these are not iPhone apps that have a good coder and a social marketing expert and that were built overnight and turned into an easy success. These solutions have tangible value and work in complex physical worlds, and it takes a whole ecosystem working together to deliver something with real potential. The elements are as follows. First, industry brings its pain points, and in doing so, we'll offer trials, feedback, and validation, and ultimately, the business case to buy more of the systems, the more of what works. Research teams develop, in these research organizations, develop early versions of these advanced systems, and they provide access to the IP, and if needed, the equipment to build early prototypes. And of course, where would we be without founders who bring the vision, passion, and resilience needed for the startup journey? Main Sequence also sees itself as playing a critical role as well, something we call venture science. We see ourselves as a convener of sorts around the problem and the market opportunity, and we have deep experience in startup creation. We help recruit teams and set major company milestones, apply pattern recognition to mitigate risk, and of course, we invest capital along the way. So what's the opportunity for Australia with these types of exponential ventures? We believe the market opportunity is huge and could easily be in the tens of billions of dollars. And while of course there are challenges in times like these, we've also seen for these industries a dramatic acceleration of change that is actually giving companies like ours a boost, and they're now growing as fast as ever. We're seeing things like strong customer willingness to spend on products that have tangible short-term paybacks, mandated reduced staff operations that require more automation and smart systems, and supply chain pressures that dictate dramatically better transparency and integrity. That's all underpinned by government spending to drive the recovery, whether it's our own $60 billion pipeline of infrastructure projects, the US's $1 trillion in new infrastructure spend, or others like that around the world. So to recap, with our great historical strengths in industrial sectors, our world-class, but not necessarily well-known technology research, and a venture model that brings the whole ecosystem together from day one, we do think Australia can ride this wave and has a chance to launch many of the world's next industrial giants, perhaps even the next Tesla, DeepMind, or DJI. We'd love to have you join us for the journey. Now with that, it would be great to hear your thoughts and questions on the topic. Thank you.